Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're tackling something, well, it's very modern and I bet super common for a lot of us. It's that constant, almost unbreakable need for digital noise. You know that feeling? The one where any quiet moment has to be filled with something? If that sounds familiar, you are absolutely in the right place. Okay, let's get into it. So let me start with a quick question. Right now, as you're listening to this, are you also doing something else? Maybe eating lunch, scrolling through your phone at the same time, or is this just on in the background while you're, I don't know, doing chores? If you answered yes, don't sweat it. You're definitely not alone, not by a long shot. And that experience is totally normal in this day and age. It really feels like our brains are just wired now for a nonstop stream of information. But that brings us to the big question we're going to unpack in this explainer. Why? Why have we all gotten so uncomfortable with just being quiet?
First, let's talk about what I like to call the constant companion. This is that pattern, that impulse to fill every single empty moment. It's that reflex to grab your phone the second you're standing in line or to turn on a podcast the minute you start washing the dishes. It's like silence has become this void that we have to plug up immediately. And it's everywhere, isn't it? We watch videos while we eat, which kind of cuts us off from the actual experience of our food. We've got music or podcasts blaring on every commute, every walk. Any tiny little break in the day becomes a chance to scroll. And for so many of us, even when we're at home, we'll have a show on just for some background noise. It's become our digital security blanket. Okay, so we know what we do. Now let's get to the really interesting part, why we do it. Why does quiet feel so deeply uncomfortable, almost unsafe? Let's dig into the psychology behind it all. The first reason is fascinating and, maybe a little tough to admit. We are, quite literally, afraid of our own thoughts. See, silence isn't actually empty. It's the space where our own inner monologue, all our anxieties, our endless to-do lists, our regrets, our deeper feelings, finally gets the microphone. And for a lot of us, that's just terrifying. Digital noise is the easiest, most effective escape to just drown it all out. And this constant avoidance, it builds a really powerful habit in our brains. It's a classic habit loop. Our brain has been trained by this nonstop drip of new information. Every single notification, every new video in our feed, it gives us this tiny, satisfying hit of a chemical called dopamine. And that creates this powerful cycle, a craving where our brain just learns to seek out that stimulation over and over again to get its reward. And the third reason? It goes even deeper. It's a shield against loneliness. I mean, think about it. You can be in a room packed with people and still feel totally isolated if you don't have a real connection. That constant stream of voices from podcasts, characters from shows, updates on social media, it creates this powerful illusion of company. It's a way to feel connected without having to be truly vulnerable. Okay, so that's the diagnosis. We're scared of our thoughts, we're stuck in a dopamine loop, and we're trying to shield ourselves from feeling lonely. It might sound a little bleak, I know, but here's the good news. This is not a permanent state of being. There really is a way back to quiet. And that leads us right to the solution. We're calling this a gentle digital detox. And I think the most important word here is gentle. This isn't about, totally depriving yourself or cutting yourself off cold turkey. It's about kindly and gradually retraining your mind to find peace in just being present. So what's the game plan? First, create some phone-free zones, like the dinner table. Easy enough. Second, try practicing mindful chores. So instead of needing a distraction, just focus on the sensation of the warm water while you wash dishes. Third, schedule just 5 minutes. That's it, 5 minutes of pure intentional silence. And finally, actively start noticing the small joys. The taste of your coffee, a bird singing. It's all about shifting your attention from the screen back to your life. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. The whole point of this gentle detox isn't to isolate yourself or deny yourself things you enjoy. The real goal here is to reconnect with the one person you've probably been avoiding, yourself. So where does this all lead? Well, the ultimate goal of this whole journey is to move away from a life of constant distraction and move toward a life of presence. It's about finding peace right where you are, not somewhere else. And this really lays it all out, doesn't it?
On one side, you've got the old way, always seeking endless stimulation from the outside. That gives you the illusion of company and these quick, fleeting dopamine hits. But on the other side, you have the new goal, creating sustainable contentment from within. And that leads to true self-connection and a much more lasting, durable inner peace. When you see it like that, the better path seems pretty clear. So, what's the big takeaway from all of this? If there's one thing I hope you remember from this explainer, it's this simple, powerful truth. The most profound connection you're looking for, it isn't on a screen. It's been there the whole time. It's waiting for you in the quiet. In those exact moments you've been so busy trying to fill up.
And so, I'll leave you with a question. And it's not for me to answer, it's for you. A question to take with you into your day, into your week, now that you know what it holds. What will you do with your silence?